Everyone, welcome back to another video. So during my time of not having a Garmin, I sold my Garmin before I bought the Hammerhead Karoo. I kind of took a leap of faith. I was like, well, I was tired of this Garmin. I had the Garmin 820 and I was just like absolutely tired of it. It was so slow. I felt like I was dealing with something from maybe like the 1990s, like a Windows 95 computer or something, or a calculator. You know, I would load like maybe a 20k route, a 50k route, and it would probably, I'd have to probably wake up, you know, set it up, and then, you know, get everything ready and get myself ready, drink my drink, whatever. And then come out and it'd be like, oh, okay, it's finally loaded. You know, it would take so long. So yeah, and then of course there'd be complications. It would take like an hour to reroute. I would scroll through the map, and then it would be like white screen for like ages. And you know, it worked well as just a simple bike computer. So power, heart rate, distance, speed, that worked fine. But I didn't want that. If I'd wanted that, I would have bought a 520 or a 100 or whatever the basic Garmin's are, you know, or even just one of those ones that, you know, connects to the wheel, and, you know, like really super basic, like $100. But yeah, it didn't do that. So essentially I got sick of it, and, you know, they didn't really care. Garmin didn't really care. They just said, oh, okay, whatever, screw all the people that have bought this. We'll just make an 830. And the 830 sounds good. It sounds fine, but I'm not going to. A company that acts like that doesn't deserve my thing. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with the. I still have a Garmin watch. Seems to be okay, but I'm certainly not buying any more Garmin stuff. And as soon as I heard about this Hammerhead Karoo, I was like, wow, this to me sounds like it's going to do what the iPhone did for phones. Do you remember before the iPhone came out, phones were super simple. Like you had the basic camera. You know, I remember you didn't even have internet on the phone. You had like WAP. It was called WAP. And browsers didn't work. The touchscreen was not even a real touchscreen. It was more like, I don't know, but it wasn't a real touchscreen. Like, it wasn't smooth. You couldn't pinch to zoom, and it was kind of like one of those, like a BlackBerry, where you touch it with a pen. That's what it was like. Or was it BlackBerry? A PDA. That's it, a PDA. It was more like a PDA. You touch it with a pen. That's how phones were. And then, of course, the iPhone came out. And then, of course, later on, was it later on? Android came out, or Android came out first, but then iPhone came out and like really revolutionized the whole thing. And suddenly you have apps and you have all of this like touch to zoom, pinch to zoom, and, you know, all of these like really nice features that like literally make smartphones like mini computers in your pocket. So I've always kind of, in recent times, I've always kind of thought like how silly and basic like bike computers are. That basically the price of certainly at the time when I bought my Garmin 810 back in 2015, it was around £350, and that was coming into iPhone territory, you know, because I think at the time the iPhone was about £400 or £500, and that was coming into iPhone territory, or kind of upper middle or lower top end and Android territory, like, you know, almost Samsung kind of prices. So I remember thinking like, wow, that's expensive, and then operating it, and it was almost like a Game Boy Color or a calculator. And it wasn't very fast, but although I did not have too many troubles with the 810, that's how it was. So this is why I got the Karoo. So I had to wait a few while. I've digressed, but basically I just thought I'd tell you, this is why I'm no longer, this is why I've left Garmin. I've switched from Garmin to the Hammerhead Karoo. But in the meantime, there was a 2-week period whilst I was waiting for the Karoo to come, and I had to use something, right? My watch only does heart rate and obviously GPS, and I needed power, and I wanted maps, and I wanted, like, you know, to be able to go routes and stuff. So I used a little app called Cycle. You can't even see it. Cyclemeter. Now, this is actually the first app. This is the first bike computer that I had back in 2014. I got a case for my phone and a mount so I could put it on the handlebars, and I was driving around, you know, because I just got into cycling. I didn't want to invest £350 onto a Garmin. So I thought to myself, I'll download an app. I paid the $5 or whatever it was to bump it up to premium, and I started using it, and it was really good. You know, it had like the maps on. It was actually Google Maps as well, which was really cool. So it's obviously a really quality map system. You know, and it come up with, all I had at the time was heart rates. Heart rate basically. So I just looked at heart rate, speed, and where I was going. And I loved that it come up with all those little metrics. So obviously fast forward to now, where, you know, I've used the Garmin 820, I've used the Garmin 810, I've obviously used my watch, you know, and then I needed something to, because obviously I wasn't going to buy a bike computer for 2 weeks whilst I was waiting for, because I ordered this from eBay, and it came with the eBay global shipping, which basically takes like a year for anything to come. So I was waiting like 2 weeks, and I had to use Cyclemeter. So I just thought I'd share my thoughts on it. So I'll bring up my screen recorder now, so I can tell you all about my experiences on it. Okay, so I think I can get rid of this, or maybe I'll leave it on. Okay, so if we go to the main one, so we've got the stopwatch. I made this black because obviously your mileage is going to vary with regarding your phone. So I mean, if you've got like an absolute garbage phone, it might not work too well, but it should work somewhat, right? So you've got a totally customizable screens here. So I just went with 4 numbers. So power, average power, cadence, ride time. Now I had heart rate. I have an AMP+ heart rate, so I couldn't do this on the phone. But if you have a Bluetooth heart rate monitor, that's going to be perfectly fine. So I was looking at average heart rate on my. Can I turn this off? No, I can't. So we'll just have to leave that on. Okay. It's got rid of the. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not really used to this kind of stuff, so yeah, I'll blur that out the map. You don't need to see where I live. So yeah, this obviously shows the map, and then this screen, this is fully customizable. So you can see the pages here. So you go to main statistics. Not that one. Statistics. So you can essentially change. If you change this to small, you can obviously have almost unlimited data fields. So I'll just show you an example. So you know, some sort of Tour de France rider, and you want really fancy things, you can have all of that here. You know, if you're a Tour de France rider who's run out of contract with Garmin or whoever, and you're 2 weeks waiting to sign up with Wahoo, then you know, you can have all these different screens. You got the weather. You can have routes as well. Just a few basic things. Let's change to this screen because I don't have to keep blurring out the map. So we go to new route. So you can select route here. They don't seem to come up as routes. They seem to come up as paths. So you can say, if we go on to, so you go onto the map, and you can basically follow along the route. I mean, you see it in the bottom. This is Google. So we're following along, and yeah, you've got all these kind of features. It doesn't do turn by turn, but basically you can see this blue dot, and you can basically, as you're riding along on the stopwatch, you can see your where you are. So you can essentially go on that. So you can have graphs here. But yeah, basically, as you're riding along, I would say your basic is your data screens, your route, and whatever. And obviously GPS is full, so you can start these things. If you have, you can go on devices here. So I put the 4i power meter on, and that seemed to work fine. Although I think because it's Bluetooth, it's not as fast as Ant Plus, so maybe it's a little notchy with the power. So I was also not used to power for a little while, so maybe that's affected my usage. If we go to Elite, these are all the features that you get for Elite. I think it's something like $9 a year, so it's not expensive. They do offer a free trial as well. I think it's either 7 days, so it's not like you have to pay. I seem to still be Elite, even though I cancelled a week ago now. They seem to. I don't know if they heard about me. I'm joking. I don't know if it's just a mistake or what, but yeah, there seems to be. But you can get all these different features. I mean, I think we already have the stopwatch, but yeah, so essentially you can upload to Strava, you can track your biometrics with sensors. There's a few little things that you can do with the extra. So essentially you can't get away with the free one if you want to upload it to Strava. But basically this is a super simple app on the Google Play Store. So Cyclemeter it's called. I can't type on this little screen. I've not used it for so long. So yeah, it's this one. So Cyclemeter GPS running Abvio. I definitely recommend this. So if you're just looking to get into cycling, or you're just you're kind of in between bike computers, just like I was, or you perhaps just thinking, well, Strava's a super basic app. I know Strava does record, but it's basic. It's really basic. It's just like, what is it, like speed? Does it even do heart rate? I don't know. But it's super basic. So essentially you can get this cyclemeter, and then you can have proper metrics on it, so, and even the map as well. I don't know about the map with Strava. I haven't even tried to use Strava. But I just knew that you couldn't connect a power meter to it. So I was like, I'm not interested. But yeah, there's so many features on this, and I feel like it's about as close to a Garmin as you're going to get, or a bike computer as you're going to get on a phone. I mean, I could talk maybe all day about improvements that they could make, but after trying maybe 10, 15 different ones, realizing that many don't even have power meter, many don't have certain features, many don't have routing. Some of them have turn-by-turn navigation, which is awesome, but then they don't have other features. So, some of them don't have fully customizable screens, things like that. So at the end of the day, I definitely, if you're just looking to get into cycling and you want to see some metrics on your phone, power, speed, maps, routes, all that kind of stuff. So you can make the route on Strava or Komoot, and then you can basically put it onto your phone. You click in your file manager, at least on Android anyway. I can't speak about iPhone, but I did originally have this app on iPhone when I first started iPhone 4S, and it worked really great on there too. So, but yeah, as for opening a route, all you do is go onto your route on your file manager, open it with Cyclemeter, and then Cyclemeter will automatically open it, and it will probably come up as a path. So then yeah, just then open it, and then whilst you're riding along, you can see the kind of route of where you're going. So yeah, just essentially, I really rate it. The video might not be as clear as it could be, because obviously I normally use my phone for that. I have to use my tablet. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I definitely recommend Cyclemeter as either, if you don't you're not that into cycling, maybe you're a recreational cyclist and you don't want to spend, you know, $300, $400, $500, $600, however much on a bike computer, and you just want some basic metrics, you just want to be able to go from A to B, this could definitely be really good for you. Or like I said, if you're in between cycle computers like I was, or you're thinking about getting a cycle computer but you want to kind of like, you know, test the waters and see how you get on, see if you're really in cycling stuff, definitely recommend it. So yeah, so this video is essentially why I'm leaving the Garmin ecosystem and my thoughts and, you know, impressions of Cyclemeter. So if you like this video, everyone, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.